A very pleasant evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all the students, educators, professionals, and lifelong learners joining us today. Education has always been a place where possibilities begin. It nurtures curiosity, builds understanding, and gives us the foundation to imagine what the future could look like. While industry is where those ideas come alive, where knowledge turns into innovation, its learning transforms into impact, and skills begin creating real world value. So, perhaps one of the most exciting questions of our time is this, that how do we build a stronger bridge between learning and application? Especially in a world where artificial intelligence is becoming a part of almost everything around us, from productivity and communication to even analytics, creativity, research, and decision making. Today, AI is no longer limited to a single field or profession. It is becoming a shared language of modern workspaces. And that makes this conversation incredibly important because it is not just for the students from technical backgrounds anymore. It's not that someone from a technical background has to learn about AI. They have to, but also for the educators, professionals, creators, managers, and anyone who is preparing for the future of work has to know about AI. Because alongside understanding concepts, industries today also deeply value the ability to apply knowledge practically, improve efficiency, optimize workflows, and think with both creativity and adaptability. And that is exactly what today's webinar hopes to explore. So, with that thought, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to today's webinar, Teaching or Learning AI for Industry Needs. I'm your host, Ankita Biswas, and guiding us through this meaningful discussion is a highly respected and experienced speaker whom we are truly honored to have with us today. It's an honor to welcome Dr. Sujoy Bhattacharya sir, an alumnus of IIT Kharagpur with more than 30 years of professional experience across both the software industry and academia. Having spent the first part of his career in software consulting and later contributing extensively in academics, Dr. Bhattacharya brings a rare perspective that beautifully connects industry expectations with educational growth. Through his work and vision, he has continuously focused on helping educators and students better understand the evolving demands of the professional world while encouraging more application oriented learning approaches. We are truly delighted to have him with us today to share his insights and experiences. So, without further ado, let us begin this exciting conversation on the future of AI learning and industry readiness. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ankita, for your kind introduction. Um, Very happy to be here today and hope my voice is audible, clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, again, a very warm welcome and a very good afternoon to all the participants. Today's session is going to be one of the many I'm planning to conduct, which is more or less going to talk about the various aspects of AI education. Now, uh, when we talk about AI education, as Ankita already mentioned, it's not exactly people who are doing specialized work in AI. It's much more than that. It's like everybody, anybody today needs to use some amount of AI in order to succeed in their uh, professional life. Now, we will talk about that and we will talk about what are the possibilities and what are the tools and what are the technologies that can be used by everybody. So, let me share my screen. I have a few slides that I would like to show you. So, let me share my screen. and then we will go through this. I hope my screen is visible. Can you just confirm?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, wonderful. So, without any further delay, so what we are going to talk about. So this is the first slide is just about a little bit about me, but Ankita has already spoken about it, so I'm not repeating. But the one thing that I'd like to just mention is that for the last 30 years, I have spent approximately half of my time in the software industry and the other half in full-time academics. And I see a struggle happening on both sides. Like on one side, I see the students that are passing out. They are looking for suitable jobs. Jobs are, I mean, there are so many jobs out there. So jobs are already there. So uh, uh, jobs, so there will be jobs, there will be uh, positions available in AI, there will be positions available which are non-AI but uses a lot of AI. So those things are already there. But then what we are planning, what we are exactly trying to do here is uh, how can we utilize AI to the best of our ability? Now, see, on the other hand, industry also is struggling. Why is industry struggling? Industry is struggling because they are saying we are not getting the right people, we are not getting the people we need, we are not getting the proper skill set. So both sides, there is a little bit of a disconnect. There is some disconnect. So we spent a lot of time over like last year or so, we spent trying to find out what is that disconnect. So we talked to various academic people, we talked to a number of industry recruiters, and then we came up with some theories and some findings, which I'm going to share now. Okay, so this is something which I'm not going to go deep into technology. I mean, 1 hour is not enough to do that. But then we will talk a little bit about which are those technologies that you really need to focus on. What is that thing which you really want to study? Now, the first question that comes here, I mean, is why? Why should we do all this? Why do we need to study this? So, just one sec. Yeah, look at this news item. This particular news item, I've taken very recent news. This particular news item came in the Economic Times on 1st of May. Just like about 8 days back. See, what it says is IT cuts mid-tier, expands AI smart entry level in new hiring playbook. So, what these companies are doing are there's some amount of job reduction that is happening in senior people. And we can talk a little bit later about who are these senior people who are losing their jobs. And then when they are filling those voids up using the fresh AI graduates, they are mentioning the word they have to be AI smart. So what exactly is AI smart? What is their definition of AI smart? So this is something which we are going to ponder into. Now there's one more news item which is very similar. Look at this. This is yesterday's paper, yesterday's NDTV paper. So I was going into this. They are saying 600% AI surge in 3 months. A company called Cloudflare is cutting over 1,100 jobs. Now, I believe those of you who are reading newspapers, this is not a new thing. This kind of news comes almost every day. So they are cutting 1,100 jobs. And what is the reason? The reason is that there is a AI surge. 600%. Now, what is AI search? What AI search means is basically they are using various AI enabled technologies to do their work. And that is why they do not need this 1,100 people anymore. Now, AI enabled work cannot be done by non-AI knowledgeable people. It requires people who know AI to do this work. So, in today's industry, in order to survive, in order to do a good job, in order to get promoted, it is important to have some amount of AI knowledge. And what is that AI knowledge that you need to have? That's the crux of today's presentation. Before going into anything, let us talk about what is AI? I mean, we are saying AI, AI, AI. Now, I'm sure all of you who have joined in this meeting today, you know what is AI. I will give the definition, my own definition for you. What I feel AI is, what I think AI is the ability to take a correct decision given a known or an unknown situation. Like if I give the computer a particular situation, which may be a known situation, which may not be a known situation, the AI engine should be able to come up with a solution which is consistent, which is correct, which is good, which is workable, practical, and which gives me the required result. So all these terms that you see around this AI bubble are going around. Gen AI, LLM, large language models, prompt engineering, COT prompting. COT stands for chain of thought prompting. Hallucination, AI hallucination, where AI smartly gives you a wrong answer and tells you that yes, this is correct. All because AI is a very statistics-oriented tool. AI depends on statistical analysis in order to give its answers. Neural network, agentic AI. So these are terms that are going on. So I am assuming that all of you have used or you have heard these terms. You know a little bit about what these terms mean. You don't have to go into details about this, but these terms are important. These terms you need to know. These terms you need to talk about when you are going and attending an interview. Okay, so let's go forward. What industry experts told me, this is something everybody tells me, is that I need people who can use AI to improve my business processes. Now, think about it. Let me go to the next slide in order to explain this in better detail. Look at this. Look at this. Today, these are all online researched figures. Every year, about 5.25 lakhs of AI ML engineers are graduating from various colleges. Okay. The total pool that is available of AI engineers today, unemployed, is about 27.5 lakhs. So what that makes is, at the end of the passing out season of 2026, we are going to have about 33 lakhs odd people knowing AI. Okay. The yearly consumption by AI-oriented companies is about 9 to 10 lakhs. Okay. So what that means is there is a shortfall of demand of almost 20 plus lakhs, right? When I say shortfall of demand means shortfall of demand of jobs. Supply is more, demand is less. Okay, so we have more people, we have less number of jobs. Now, who are these people? Who are these people? These are people who actually, please do not disturb the session while it is going on. So, these are actually the people who know the inside out of AI. They know what is LLM, how does LLM work. They know what is agentic AI. They know how do we use an agent, how do we build an agent, how do we program a agent, connect it with through an API to maybe a application and to an LLM. So they know they are in true sense AI developers. But then there is a shortage. So then what do we need to do? So what the industry is saying is these people who are experts on AI, they will be absorbed only in AI companies. So I have like 9 to 10 lakhs demand. But today, all companies, whether it's a retail company, whether it's a pharmaceutical company, whether it's a finance company, everybody needs AI educated people. So if you know how to use AI, they will not build an LLM. They will not build a new AI tool. What they want is use existing AI tools, improve the performance of the company, improve the accuracy of the work done by the company. That is the people, that is the kind of people everybody wants. And when we looked at those people who are getting laid off, right? The middle people, the mid-level managers, the people who are getting laid off are the people who are not willing or not capable of using AI for their day-to-day job. So what we need today is AI engineers who are capable of using AI for performance improvement. So we will see a little more detail. Now, AI is there in all curricula. Even in schools, CBSE has included AI. In higher education, of course, there's a lot of AI. We have talked about it. And then all this gives the missing link is we are teaching a lot of AI theory, but AI practice is comparatively less. So you should be able to sit in an interview, bring up an AI tool and develop a website, develop an app, develop an API within 3 minutes and tell them, see sir, this is what I can do. This is how I can use AI. That is what is going to get you a job. So, I mean, the education department is doing a wonderful thing. They are doing the best thing that they can. They are teaching people what goes inside an LLM. I mean, without knowing a little bit of inside story, you will not be able to use the tools. So that knowledge is necessary. What I'm trying to say here is that you need to supplement that knowledge. You need to add to that knowledge. So what are these knowledges that you need to add? This is just another depressing graph that I wanted to show you. I mean, see what's going on, what's happening is the number of jobs, early career, is either going down or has become stagnant. The top 5 Indian IT services companies in the last 3 or 4 years have added only a couple of thousand people to their workforce, just a couple of thousand. Okay, 5 companies. So you can imagine they are going almost flat. One of the top 5 big IT services companies, just like yesterday, day before yesterday, they came up saying that they would probably get rid of more than 15,000 positions. So this is what is going on. Non-capable, non-AI capable people are laid off, and AI capable people go and fulfill them. So I want everybody who's attending this webinar to become AI capable. And it doesn't cost a single rupee. It doesn't require any certification until and unless you want to do a very specialized certification. But it does require time, it does require effort, it does require dedication. So that is what I want you to get into. So what we need to focus on is operational efficiency. Now, any company, what do they do? A company either manufactures something, or they send goods from one place to another, or they do some research, or they do something. They do so many other things. Now then what happens is that when they do that, they have been doing it manually till date. They have been using Excel sheets, they have been using small tools, they have been using calculators, small programs, applications, whatever. They have been doing such things. But today, AI-enabled tools are available, which actually gets that work done in a fraction of the time that was originally spent. What are those things? I'll talk about in the next few slides. But what I want you to do is learn some of these tools. You can do it yourself. We can run some courses like this in which we take up one tool or the other, but we cannot cram everything together simply because there are, number one, too many tools available in the market, and number two, everybody's requirement is different. So once you focus on which area you are going to work in, there is a certain set of tools that are there which you need to use in order to improve work efficiency in those areas. And then when you go for your interview, you tell them, sir or madam, I can use this particular tool and automate this particular process and bring in so much savings in your operational cost. Guarantee that is something that is going to be interesting for you. Not this is how AI works. Okay, so you don't expect questions like what is AI, what is the definition of AI, what is LLM, and all that. I mean, industry doesn't need that. Industry needs, can you use AI? So where all can we use AI? So number one, the most important application of AI is improving engineering processes. What do I mean by engineering processes? One, operational efficiency. So every company, there's some operations going on. So use engineering processes, use AI to improve those engineering processes. Now, I believe I have a number of students from Datta Meghe in this. Now, Datta Meghe is an university which excels in pharmaceuticals, right? So the students who are there from that university here, they would be utilizing the knowledge of AI to automate pharmaceutical processes. How can you do that? Use AI to better control your drug discovery process. Use AI to better control the clinical trial process, the patient selection process. do your research using AI tools. You are going to find a lot of extra information rather than going through Google Scholar if you go use one of the tools that I'm going to talk about. So I was doing some research and I saw that these pharmaceutical processes can be efficiently done, and a total of at least 20 to 25% of the time taken can be cut from these processes if we implement AI tools. That is what the students from the Tamagi needs to know. Where am I going to use these things? Safety enhancement is another extremely important tool. Every industry needs safety for their employees, for their machinery, for their premises. How do we enhance the safety of these places? How do I automatically find out which one is a threat, which one is not? Threats normally don't come openly, threats try to hide and come so that people are not able to identify them. So we have to use intelligence to identify which one is a threat and which one is not. Agentic AI integration, that's what I was talking about. You keep a AI agent. On one side, you have your LLM. On the other side, you have your in-house application. Use that agent and marry that agent with the LLM using a API. So you need to build that API, connect the agent to the LLM, then this agent would work wonders for your application. Your application can be a Excel sheet. Your application can be a file. Just after this, I'll invite one of our students, okay? One of our students, Mr. Moin Ghazi. Moin, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Moin, just after I finish this slide, I would stop sharing. Why don't you share your screen and just show them how you are using AI for enhancing the safety of a simple file. This is a very simple application. Okay, but all the participants, I'll stop sharing my screen now. Moin, if you can share your screen and show them exactly what you are doing.
Okay, now I can share my screen.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Yeah, see, what Moin has done is basically, let's say we have our files. Our files are always protected. I don't want anybody to come in and tamper my file. Moin, can you just mute yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. So we don't want anybody to tamper our files, or we don't want anybody to add anything to our files. Now, Oracle and all those high-cost softwares, they have audit trail processes. Like if you modify any data, they will create an audit trail. But here, what Moin has done is he has used a tool called Zapier, and he has created a simple application that if you modify any data in that file, an audit trail will be created automatically. You are going to get an email saying that this data has been modified at this time. Now, that's a simple, extremely useful tool used by all industries. And mind it, all the tools that we are going to talk about today, all the tools have free instances. For small use, for personal use, you are free to download and use all these tools on your own. You do not need to buy licenses. Okay, so Moin, he would go into this applications. You can go into the applications, and then like the applications familiar, and then see, these are the log files that are generated. Now, if you can just open that file, one of the files that you have, maybe in your computer or your drive or somewhere, just open one of those files. Yeah, so he has an Excel sheet which is opening. Now, this is an Excel sheet which is in his own drive. This is not in any official place, in his own drive. Now, if you modify any data on this Excel sheet, automatically an audit trail will get created. A log file will get created. Moin, if you can show them a sample log file. This, and mind it, all this happens in real time. So this, if you go to the log, so this is the log. So you see, these are the log files that are created. So you get a log file which says that this data has been modified. So, and also an email comes to Moin. Now that email process, I mean, there is a little way, see, these, he's just showing you some sample email. Just look at the email at the top. Your team roster.xls has been updated. And it is also says that which is the file, which when it was last modified, who modified the file, and this email is coming from the Zapier tool. Now, this is something which has been developed in-house, which has been developed by one of our students. I mean, Moin is one of our students. So he has developed this whole application. And this, if he shows to an interviewer, I am 100% sure they will be impressed that yes, Moin knows something about how to use AI tools. Moin, you can stop sharing. Thank you so much. Now, deliberately, we are not going into like how all this was done, because I mean, that's going to take time. But now what I will do is, I'll just tell you some instances like this, which are important. What are those areas where you can actually interject and use tools? When I say interdisciplinary project, what I mean is pharmacy people use AI. So interdisciplinary between pharmaceuticals and AI. Mechanical engineering use AI to automate manufacturing processes. Civil engineering use AI to automate construction and planning processes. Financial MBA people use AI to do financial forecasting. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying interdisciplinary. Now, in the rest few minutes, I will explain some of the tools that you can use. So please note down these tools, try to download that software and use them for your process. And if anybody is looking for a job, if you can show your employer one of these things, then it will be absolutely a winner. That is what is going to get you a job. Okay, so please do this. Project management processes, task management, risk management, getting insights of data, forecasting. There's a tool called Jira. Go to YouTube, search Jira tutorial. You will get so many links. Go through those. Learn the basics of Jira. You don't have to be expert of Jira. You don't have to go deep into the tool. Learn the basics of Jira. Learn Rike if you want to understand how to automate project workflows. Install monday.com if you want to do resource planning. Install Asana if you want to handle routine tasks. All these tools have free instances for personal users. Okay. So what I would ask all of you is, we have daily tasks, like I have to do this from this time to this time, I have to do that, I have a class schedule, I have an exam schedule, I have to do this work. If you are working, then of course you have a work schedule. Try and put that in Jira. See how it works. If you are using other resources to do your program, put those resources. Optimize the use of those resources. Then you will understand what the power of Jira is. It's not only a documentation tool. It will tell you where things are going wrong. It will tell you if a resource is overloaded. It will tell you if two tasks are overlapping or contradicting each other. That kind of information you are not going to get if you do that same work in MS Excel. If you go to scientific research, all of you do that. Scientific research, this is where the maximum bang for the buck comes. Scientific research requires a lot of documentation study, requires you to create new documentation, requires you to study so much like past work done. So many tools are available. Perplexity, Consensus, Napkin.ai, Notebook LLM, Julius. Excellent tools. You can use it for literature review. You can use them for searching for information. If you want to represent it visually, sometimes this is extremely important and interesting. I mean, you have Gamma and Napkin, especially Napkin. Like you have sometimes very complex processes. Very complex processes. Now, these complex processes, you need to put it in a diagram. To draw one diagram takes so much time. Use Napkin AI, give it the required inputs. It will make a wonderful diagram for you within no time. You can do data analysis. This particular presentation which you are looking at, I have used AI for that. See, the content is mine. But if you like the look and feel of this presentation, you have to thank AI for that. Imagine if I were to create this particular page and the animations that you are seeing, all these things by hand, how much time would it take? Formatting this presentation and creating this presentation took few minutes. Okay, so that's the power. Improve personal efficiency. Claude, it's an LLM tool for documentation and writing. Find information. Gamma AI for creating presentations. GitHub for code generation, or you have Codex, Cursor, templates, so on. Napkin.ai. I mean, some of these are repeating because they have multiple areas of application. Google AI Studio for personalized tutoring. Most of you are students. Have you registered on Google AI Studio? It will give you personalized tutoring based on your career, based on your current knowledge, based on your goals. Okay, it will tell you, do this particular course. Don't do that. Do a certification on this. So Google AI Studio is an extremely powerful tool, very important for students. And the last one, OfferGoose or Guru. These are tools which we do virtual interview preparation. They if you tell beforehand that, okay, I am going to go and appear for an interview, let's say in Tata Consultancy Services, they are going to interview me for the position of this. It will generate a set of questions and it will ask you those questions. It will get your answers. It will analyze those answers. It will tell you what is good, what is not so good, give you suggestions for it. All this you can do sitting at home. So this is what is going to be value adding on top of whatever you are learning in your schools and colleges. Okay, so I don't have much time today. I would like to leave a few minutes for question and answers. So I'll try and summarize this. See, it's a simple 5-step process. Simple 5-step process. So number one, learn to apply AI in real life domains. Don't just build AI models. Apply AI in whatever domain you are working. Okay? Simple tasks, simple jobs. Broaden your horizon. Broaden by your horizon means try and look at different disciplines. Now, let's say, for example, let's again talk about pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals, what do? You do drug discovery. You do like chemical compositions of drugs. That requires manufacturing, because at the end of the day, you need to manufacture those medicines, that compound. When you manufacture that compound, you need to ensure safety. You need to ensure very precise manufacturing processes. You need to monitor your machines to ensure that everything is coming out exactly as formulated. So that is one area where your mechanical engineering friends who are coming from the mechanical manufacturing background will be able to help you. They'll be able to introduce the idea of precision robotics into whatever you do. If you talk to the cybersecurity people, they will ensure that your software, whatever you are using in your manufacturing processes, doesn't get hacked by somebody with malafide intentions. You are going to talk to an environment engineer to ensure that your environment stays error-free, it stays dust-free, whatever you need, a good environment. You need to talk to the supply chain engineer to ensure that your whatever you have manufactured reaches the end customer in proper shape. You don't want somebody to transport your medicines in the sun with like lots of sunlight falling on it. It has to be transported in a proper AC truck or whatever is the requirement, right? So you see, you need to collaborate. Now there is no solo learning that is going to. You need to collaborate. You need to learn together. And you need to apply these tools together. Then sometimes you need to do certification. Certifications show, that is, you have to tell, number one, they will help you gain expertise in one particular technology or model or whatever is the area. Number two, it's going to show your employer that yes, I know this thing and I am able to tackle complex jobs in this area. Okay, so do a proper certification after a lot of background study. Okay, you can do your initial study in Google, in YouTube, even like Coursera and the online platforms. They offer many free courses. You can do that. But then when you want to go into real specialized job, certifications are very important. Okay, because Everybody, I mean, if you have a class of 60 people, all the 60 people are passing out with the same curriculum. What's going to make you different? You need to be different from all the others in order to get yourself a job, right? So what's that? So one of the ways is, then the most important crux of the problem, you need to solve problems. Okay, what the industry is going to hire you for is solving their problems. The industry is not a charity organization. Industry makes profit. They need profit. The CEO cannot do everything in that organization by himself or herself. So the CEO needs people to assist him or her to do the job and make profit for the company. So what you need to do is, you need to solve the problems that are being faced by the company. And that's exactly what you need to do. Unfortunately, we do not get a lot of practice of solving problems. A lot of times the solution is given. And nowadays you have chatbots where you give it a problem and it gives you the solution, which is great. But then you need to find out which solution is correct, which solution is not correct. You want to prevent hallucination type outputs from the chatbot. So you need to also know, like you can use a code generator to generate code, but I don't think it will be, I mean, you can just generate code and then run it in production. It will not run. You will need to do some customization, modification, and changes. Okay. So you also need to know that technology. Please practice solving problems. Use AI tools to solve those problems. Solve them efficiently so that it creates a lot of value. All these things together will make you useful for the organization. You have to make yourself useful. Nobody is going to give anybody a job on face value. We have to prove that we can deliver for the company. And when we are talking about the AI field, what I want to stress is, don't just know what is AI, what is LLM, what is prompt engineering, but get expertise on using some of the existing AI-oriented tools so that you can drive excellence and you can drive efficiency. Okay, so a change in thinking is necessary. Focus on the use of AI rather than developing AI. Developing AI, yes, good, we will do. But then you have to go beyond that. The latter being reserved for a select few. Only about 10 lakhs is going to get a job while developing AI. The rest of the people have to use AI. Okay, so this kind of a balanced approach. Now, this is, I know, just initial discussion on this particular idea that we came up with after discussing with a lot of industry veterans and a lot of educationists. So this is what I would like to propagate. And if you can take up these things, if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us. Our company is called Essprom Academy. On that Essprom Academy company, this is our website. There is a contact us kind of button. You can use that. You can ask any questions. Doesn't cost any money. Please do that, and we will be happy to try and answer your questions. Okay. So with that, I will stop talking here. I can take a few questions. We have about 7 minutes. So if there are any questions, I'd like to take a stab at it. So if there are any questions which have been sent by chat, I would request Ankita to read them out. Otherwise, if any one of you would like to unmute yourself and just ask a question, please do.
Anyone who wants to ask any question, they can go forward. As there is no question that anyone has put in the chat box, sir. So I think they can ask it directly.
Yeah, or you can put your question in the chat box. If you think you are not able to talk, you can put your question. Please feel free. I mean, no question is a dumb question. We are talking here to try and help. We are talking here to propagate this idea. So any question is okay. I understand most of you are students. Some faculty members are also there. Faculty members also, I would like to urge them to think about this, learn about these tools, and ask your students to follow these tools. There is a tendency to say, don't use AI, don't use AI. Yes, we are not going to use AI in examinations, but I think we should use it when we are doing research. We should it when we are developing documentation. We should use AI when we are trying to summarize emails. It induces a lot of efficiency and it induces a lot of accuracy, which is extremely important. And this is something which will help our friends, the students, to get jobs. So you can think about what are these areas where we can encourage the use of AI tools and ask the students to do it accordingly.
So there's a question in the chat box. So Vinu asks, so which skills are more important for AI engineering today? Sir, as a student, what roadmap should I follow to become a successful AI engineer?
Okay, good. Very nice question. Who's asking this question? Can you give me
Vinu.
the name? Vinu. Okay, so Vinu, so the idea is that, see, when we are talking about AI engineering, we need to know various things. Number one, very important thing is we need to be very good with the concept of machine learning, because AI is something which uses a lot of ML concepts. So you need to be good in AI. You need to be good in machine learning. You need to be also good in search engine optimization techniques, because those are something that are used typically in the LLMs. And you need to be good in the corresponding mathematics and statistical processes, because uh, a lot of statistical processes are used when we are actually programming AI tools, because you need to do a lot of natural language processing, you need to do a lot of statistical sampling in order to find out the correct answer out of like a multitude of possible answers. So those are the things that you need to know. And of course, you need to understand those things like what is prompt engineering, which prompts work, things like that, what goes inside an LLM, how does an LLM work, what is the architecture of an LLM, and then on top of that, you can learn some of these tools. And the main thing when you say what should be a roadmap, is that what I feel is that AI, great, good. But where are you going to use that? Where are you going to utilize that knowledge in order to drive something. That is something which I think you need to understand. If your focus is on search engines, you want to develop like the technology for LLM, whatever goes inside, do that. If you want to improve the efficiency of machine learning, do that. So find out one niche area which should be your specialization and work on that. And on top of that, know some of these tools which companies can use for process optimization. I would think that this is what you can do as a student. You can't do anything.
So there are a lot of questions now in the chat box.
Yes.
Poulami Bhattacharya asks, how can I improve my communication skill through AI?
See, when you say communication skills, I mean, you can talk about, I mean, if you are talking about interview skills, I told you there are a couple of interview these things available. I'm not sure of exactly what tools, because there are so many thousands of tools available in the market. But Polomi, I mean, one important thing that we can do in AI is in any in any any one of these, like if you say talk about Claude or if you talk about Gemini, if you talk about this large language model softwares, you can record your video. You can actually, when it's simple, you can upload that video and you can ask, I mean, how exactly, I mean, how you can play it back. And one of these things that I did recently was I had developed a script, okay? And that script goes along with like one presentation. So, it had to be done in a very formal and in like a different way. It was for some foreign clients. So, what we did we fed that script into this thing, uh, Gemini, and it actually came up with a spoken version of that. And using that, I could find out exactly where I should put my accent, where I should, what I should do. So there are so many ways you can improve your spoken. And as far as written communication is concerned, it's a very simple thing. I mean, you write something, uh, you upload it, and any AI tool will do a very nice correction of that, and it will tell you exactly where you are making mistake. And if it tells you your grammar is not correct, then you can improve on working on your grammar. But at the end of the day, Poulami, I mean, when we are talking about speaking English, until and unless you speak in English regularly, you won't get fluency. If we are talking about writing English, until and unless you write a lot, you are not going to get that. So the skill has to be your part. What AI can do is it can guide you, it can correct you, it can tell you if you are making mistakes. That's it. Yes.
Yes, sir. Next question we have from Dipesh, and that's what skills should a BTech CSC core student focus on now to become an AI engineer by 2029 or 2030? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Dipesh or Dipesh?
Dipesh, sir.
Dipesh. So Dipesh, see, that's what we were talking about. So if you are a core engineer, you have the entire field at your disposal, right? When you go to your third year or so, you are going to have electives if you are doing engineering. And those electives will be in one of these fields. They will be either in AI field or cybersecurity field or data analytics field or something. What you need to do is don't jump around. Please select one particular area of interest and do all your electives in that area. Okay. So let's say you are interested in cybersecurity. So you don't have to do a specialization in cybersecurity. Learn cybersecurity. And what I talked about as far as tools is concerned, this is applicable to everybody. This is not, please don't take it that this was something meant for only AI engineers. This is something even applicable even for chemical engineers, pharmacy engineers, mechanical engineers, computer, non-computer, everybody. Okay, so tools is global. So of course, you as a CSE core engineer should also use each one of these tools. See, at the end of the day, how many of us, even if we are learning AI ML, we are going to work in like one of these top AI companies like, let's say, Google or Microsoft or OpenAI or these companies. I mean, very few of us are going to work. All of us are going to work in other companies, either service companies or in core companies. So make yourself useful there. So I think you have a wide scope and you should be able to focus on one area which is of your own interest and specialize in that. And if you are interested in cybersecurity, see what AI tools are there that enhances cybersecurity. Use those. That is going to be most useful. And that is what is going to give you a job.
Yes. So next question is from Mithun. That, sir, how should faculty members update teaching methodologies to align AI education with current industry trends and future technologies?
Absolutely, Mithun. So I am assuming that you are a faculty member. So what I'm trying to say here is that you have wonderful AI syllabus. I mean, let's talk about two things. Number one is AI specialization. So AI specialization, you already teach the insides of AI. You talk about AI technology a lot. And then you have the other part which is non-AI, either specializations or core or non-computer. Now, what happens is, what I'm trying to say is, even if you are teaching cybersecurity, use appropriate tools to improve cybersecurity processes. Please do not discourage the use of AI by students. That's my take. Let them use tools. Let them get more efficient. If the tools are there, why shouldn't we use them? Now, there is an argument that if we use too much tools, we forget how to use our own mental faculties. But that may not be always, true for everywhere. Now, the thing is, we can't, at one point of time when calculators came in, people said you should not use calculators. If you use calculators, you will not be able to do any mental maths anymore. Now, but that has not stopped the use of calculators, right? When computers came, similar thing happens. Now, when AI has come, similar thing is coming up. So, this resistance to using tools, I think sometimes it might become a little counterproductive. I mean, syllabus, yes, you have to do. But then when we are looking at huge amounts of data, when we are talking about projects, when we are talking about research, we can enhance our syllabus, we can enhance our course by using these tools, which are non-costly. They don't require any license. So you can easily incorporate them in your curriculum. I mean, don't have to officially incorporate in your curriculum, but you can instruct the students to use these tools. They'll like to do it, and it will forge efficiency.
Sir, this is the second last question from Trishagni. What are the career opportunities in AI?
Okay, from whom?
Trishagni.
Trishagni. Trishagni, we've been talking about this a lot. So, the main career opportunities, if you are core AI person, is one of these AI companies, right? There are so many AI companies. Like if you go to Google today and search what are the top AI companies in India, you will get a list. So that is your first thing. But then next, any company today needs AI. Like I'll give you an example. We do consultancy work in the finance domain. Okay, so we automate financial management processes within companies. Now, up to now, it was done mostly using Excel sheets and Excel-based applications like Hyperion and all that. Now, today, these companies are using so many AI tools. The software has AI built into it. Now, the users are asking us, how can we use this AI feature? How can I use that AI feature? Run any one of these tools that I told you, Jira or whatever. You will see. So, the second thing is, if you are not a core AI ML engineer, learn how to use AI processes in your area of study. Develop something and carry something with you during the interview. Show this person who's taking your interview, person or panel, show that person, sir, I have developed this particular app, this particular game, using this particular code generator tool. That's it. That's what these people are looking for. Practical use of AI, whichever field you come from. I have used this particular field to analyze my data, a tool to analyze my data. I have used this particular tool to ensure security of my thing. What I showed you, what Moin showed you a little while back, is nothing but a cybersecurity application of AI, right? If anybody modifies my file, I'll get an email saying somebody modified your file. It's a simple cybersecurity application. So that's what you need to focus on. So apply your AI knowledge using one of those tools. Agentic AI becomes extremely. Agentic AI is something which you should learn, you should implement as fast as possible. And again, there are so many YouTube videos on.
So
Yes.
last question. Oh, again, there's a question. So shall I read both the questions together, sir, so you can answer
Yes,
it?
please. I don't
Okay.
have any, our job is to answer questions.
Yeah, okay, sir. So the first question is from Vinu again. Sir, how can students identify real life problems where AI can actually be useful? And the second is from Shomnath. That's, sir, what is the biggest gap between academic AI learning and real industry AI implementation today?
Okay, so the second question is what this whole presentation was all about. Okay, so academic AI learning teaches you the theory of how AI works. But what I want you all to focus on is how do I use existing AI tools to improve efficiency. Okay, so this is the basic difference. That's what you need to learn. And the first question, sorry, Ankita, I kind of
Yes.
missed the first question.
The first question was how can students identify real life problems where
Yes,
AI
yes,
can
yes,
actually
yes.
be useful?
Yeah, see, AI can, so number one is you don't need to identify a problem. Any problem can be solved using it. Any problem. You are having a problem organizing your day-to-day routine, you can use AI task manager to do that. You are having a problem creating a document, you can use AI to create a nice looking document. You are having a problem like trying to find out whether what is the best answer for this particular question, you can use AI for search. I hope all of you are good in prompting. Okay, so learn to do good prompting. Otherwise, you are going to get garbage. Okay, that is extremely important. You should, because you see, how does LLM work? LLM works on statistics. So if you give it a question, LLM sees, okay, this person has answered this in this way, that person has answered in this way, this is answered in this way. So the maximum people have answered this. So that must be the correct answer. So it gives you that answer. Now, when I try to develop, let's say, a PPT or a document, I give the same task to Google Gemini. I give the same task to Claude. I give the same task to, let's say, ChatGPT. You are going to get very, very different outputs. Very, very different outputs. In fact, you give the same task to Gemini twice, you are going to get two different outputs. So then it is your job to find out which one is best. So to answer your question, real life problems, all the problems that we face, all the things that we face in a day-to-day basis can be utilized. You can put some AI into it. So, I mean, if you want to improve a recipe, why don't you try AI to see if this recipe can be improved or this dish can be cooked in a faster way. When you are trying to find out the way you travel from home to office, ask, what are the various different ways I can travel from home to office? What are the options? Maybe I can give you some good answer. Create some good tool like we just demonstrated. So you can actually, I mean, the field is wide open. You can use AI wherever you want. I mean, if you want, again, just send me an email and I would be so happy to answer your question. I'll give you my email ID. sujoy@essprom.in. Okay, not com, .in. So if you have any issues at any point of time, feel free to write an email and I am there to answer your questions. I may not be able to give you the best answer like this because there are so many tools available and even I don't know all. So if you have any specific problem, do let me know. I'll do a little bit of research and I'll always try to tell you only free tools which you can download, install and use. Right?
Yes. So there are last two questions.
After this, basically, I think we need to stop. Tell.
Yes. And also, I personally relate to that recipe, sir, because I have tried 3 recipes from AI. And they
that's
worked.
great. Good.
And they
Excellent.
worked. So Arnik Bose wants to ask, so what AI apps are used in ecology and environmental research, and what areas do we need to know about them? And how can we establish a relationship between them?
See, ecology and as far as environmental research is concerned, that's not exactly my field, but one area I know a lot of work that is happening is the prediction. You see, what happens is both environment and ecology requires a lot of data analysis. Okay, so you have huge amounts of past data that needs to be analyzed to find out the small changes, the small variations that are coming in the ecological parameters or the environmental factors. Now, these changes are not discernible in using the common justification. So if you have a large Excel sheet of data, let's say with lots of data information, I would say one of the best uses of AI is to do analysis of that data. You can use tools like, let's say, Power BI and stuff like that. You can put that data in. Power BI has excellent predictive functions. So you can put that data in, you can ask them to create a trend, you can do forecasts, you can find out anomalies, aberrations, you can do a lot of things. So this is something which came in my mind just like that. Maybe I can think about it, and if you can just write me an email, I may be able to find out more problems on it. Ankita, next question.
Yes, sir. Sir, how faculties can upgrade themselves in AI era is asked by Tanaya Dash.
Okay, Tanaya Das, see, as far as faculty members are concerned, you need to basically encourage students to learn and use AI tools. Okay, so if you want to encourage students, you have to use it first. So one of the areas which I think is extremely important is when you develop your teaching, what should I say, your teaching materials, it has two parts, right? You are normally given a course content, and you need to, from that, you need to develop a PPT. And that PPT has to be PPT or the teaching material, whatever you use. That has to be extremely information rich. Now, you can use various tools, the tools that I mentioned in research under the research field, to develop excellent information oriented, not the Hisapita wala teaching material that we were using earlier. So it will give you the latest way you can teach this. So that is one way. And the second way, probably you can enhance the use of AI among your students is give them projects and tasks that will require them to use AI tools. Let's say, for example, you give them some data or like document research oriented work. So somebody has to look at maybe 100 documents in order to find out the summary information from there. Now, to do this manually would be a big task, but if they use AI tools, then they can do it much faster. And in that process, they will actually learn how they are doing that. Then other things that I will do, I would say is you can use small AI oriented projects that you can give your students for their final year projects, for their internships, so on and so forth. So the students who come for internship to our company, one of them I've given the project, try and automate our HR recruitment process using AI tools. Okay, so what that person needs to do is that person needs to integrate the HR application with a tool that automatically goes through resumes and creates summaries, automatically selects suitable candidates for it, automatically suggests salaries based on market trends, automatically tells me what are these candidates' strengths, weaknesses. You can give your projects students. You can give your students projects like this, which will make them use AI. Let's say you have some problem that you are facing when you are doing your teaching job. Ask that student to use an AI tool and automate it. And then let them, you can guide them, you can discuss with them. That way they should be able to come up with some. So this is the crux of problem solving using AI. So you give them a problem, let them solve it, and in that process, let them use AI tools. So I think this should be the teaching mode, and ensure that the students don't give directly AI generated answers. So your project should be something that it cannot be directly generated using. So this automation of HR process, this cannot be directly generated from AI. They can take guidance from AI, but they have to actually implement it. Okay, so then again, let them use AI. Yeah, then again, let them use AI to find out which is the best way to integrate this tool. But let them do that research. That is the only idea. At the end of the day, I'm repeating this, I think, for the third time. Let the students have something in their hands which they take when they go for an interview. That is extremely important.
Yes, sir. That
Any
were
other
all the
question?
questions.
Okay, good. So I guess good. It was a very nice discussion, and so this was the first in our series of discussions. So we kept it at a very high level, right? We only discussed at very high level, but then slowly we will drill down. So one webinar we will do, let's say, only with Jira. How can we use Jira for our day-to-day tasks? Then one for maybe one for something. The tools that I am comfortable with. So, or I can ask somebody else to take one for the tools they are comfortable with. So AI for research can be one particular thing. So that's our vision. That's how we will move on. So this is a good start. And I've given you my email address. Please feel free to keep that conversation going. You can join me on LinkedIn as well, and I will be happy to be in touch with you. Anything else?
Nothing in the chat box that I can see, I think.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
I think thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful session.
So let me thank all the participants. For their patiently sitting and listening to us. And I hope something will come out of this. They will change their way of thinking. They'll be a little more take a little more initiative, take some steps to learn the AI tools that are within their hands. Let's not all try to become AI engineers. Let us be AI savvy. That's it. And AI savvy doesn't mean chat. Get out of that concept of using only Gen AI tools. Go to the next level. So use AI to generate something, use AI to develop something, use AI to automate something. Then only it's going to make a lot of sense. Okay. So thank you again, and I must thank Ankita for being such a nice anchor and host.
Thank you so much, sir.
And we look forward to many further sessions with you again. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.